Hello student friends. In today's video lecturing, we will discuss about multi-level indexing and B-trees. That is the second chapter in third module. In the previous chapter, we had discussed about simple indexing and co-sequential processing, right? Here we will discuss the next approach, that is multi-level indexing and B-trees. The invention of B-tree, that is what led to the development of the so-called B-tree. The limitation of organization and the maintenance of large ordered indexes led to the announcement of B-trees to the world. Okay. Evolution of trees for file structures started with the binary search tree, and the limitation of this binary search tree was the unbalanced growth. Okay, this unbalanced growth led to the development of avial trees in file structures, which solved the height balance, but it led to the problem of a lot of local rotations to in order to balance the tree. This limitation resulted in the development of so-called the B trees. B trees are binary trees with at most two children. Okay, leaf of tree is the nodes at the lowest level in a tree, and the height balanced tree means the difference between the heights of the subtrees is limited. Statement of the problem. B-tree is the solution to the following problems, that is searching, an index, and insertion and deletion. Okay, searching should be faster than binary searching, which we discussed earlier, and inserting a node or deleting a node should be as fast as searching. That is what we want to achieve through this B-tree. Okay, first we will start with the binary search tree, that is okay, as a solution. Now consider the binary search tree representation of a list of keys in the diagram. There are 15 keys. Okay, in this the key kf is a root node, and it has two children, left child, that is fb, and right child sd, and the leaf nodes of the tree are ax, de, ft, jd, nr, rf, tk, and yj. Okay, using basic data structure, you can create a left link and right link to each node as shown in the figure. Okay, for the root node kf, the left link points to the left child, that is fb, and right link points to the right child sd. Okay, if each node is treated as a fixed length record in which the link fields contain the RRNs, that is the relative record numbers pointing to other nodes, then it is possible to place such a tree structure on secondary storage. Okay, now if we have to place such a tree structure in secondary storage, how can we do that? How is that possible? See, to this table here, okay, this table shows the linked representation of the binary tree, which contains 15 records, nothing but the nodes of the tree which we saw now. Okay, the structure has three fields. First one is the key field. Second field represents the relative record number of the left child record, and the third field represents the relative record number of the right child. From the table From the table you can see the root is 9. It is nothing but the RRN. Okay, thus in the table if you see to the RRN 9, you have the root node there, that is your KF. Now go to that row with the RRN 9. Okay, in the table where you have left child entry as 0 and right child entry as 3. That means left child is at RRN 0 and right child entry is at RRN 3. Okay, now one more, that is see to the second row in the table with the RRN 1. There you don't have left child and right child. Yeah, okay. There you don't. That is yeah. The left child and right child entry is not there. Okay, that means there are no child nodes. That means it is a leaf node. It represents a leaf node. Similar way you have n number of you can identify all the leaf nodes from this tables, that is RF, AX, YJ, FT. All these are leaf nodes. Okay, now see to the RRN 11 where you have the key NR. But in the table only one entry is there, that is for the left child. The RRN is 15. That means the left child is which one? LV. Okay, but the right child, that is blank. That means it has only one child. Okay, so we have this AVL tree, which is height balanced tree. Why we go to this AVL tree is because from the previous binary search tree, the only problem was that the tree grows unevenly. When you go on adding the nodes, it might grow unevenly. That's why we go for AVL trees, where the idea is to reorganize the nodes of the tree as we receive new keys. That is nothing but rotating the tree. In AVL trees, the maximum allowable difference is 1. That means the heights of left and the right subtrees cannot be more than 1 for all nodes. Okay, and the worst case search of AVL tree is nothing but 1.44 log n plus 2 to the base 2 compares, where n is the number of nodes there. Okay, next is paged binary tree. In this, the node of the tree are arranged in pages, and a page has more than one records. So, whenever a page is loaded to memory, multiple records are loaded in one access. That means you are reducing the disk access. Okay, pages are organized as completely balanced binary trees. So the worst case here is log n plus 1 to the base k plus 1, where n is number of keys and k is the number of keys held in each page. Okay, here is an example of a paged tree constructed from keys arriving in random input sequence. Okay, here k is 3. That is, each page can have 3 nodes. Okay, the problem with the paged binary tree is that it is valid when we have the entire set of keys in hand before constructions. And the second problem is that is, it might grow out of balance. So we have a better approach, that is multi-level index. The diagram shows an example of creating indexes to file and indexes to indexes and so on. That is, you have a data file and you have index to data file, and again you are creating index to index file and index to index to index file, and so on. So on. This is called a multi-level index. Okay. Now, the problem with this multi-level indexing is the insertion and deletion, which is very costly there. Okay, so an ideal solution would be one that combines the advantages of all the previous solutions whatever we discussed. Okay, that is, the solution is here, that is the B tree. Okay, B tree are built upward from the bottom, that is, it is a bottom up approach, and B trees are multi-level indexes that solve the problem of linear cost of insertion and deletion. Okay, now we will see how to construct a B tree. For that, we should first understand that each node of a B tree is an index record. We consider it as an index record, and each of these records has the same maximum number of key reference pairs. That is nothing but the order of the tree, and minimum is 50% of this order, or you can say 15% of maximum. Now see to the problem of creation of B tree, how to construct a B tree. Construct a B tree of order 4 for the following set of keys. That is, you have to construct the tree for this sequence, that is C G J X N S U O A E B H I F K L Q R T V. Okay. First step is, first we will insert the alphabets one by one, that is nothing but the keys one by one. Okay, first we are going to insert C, that is see here in this, it here in the diagram it represents one node. Okay, one node, and you have 4 keys there. Okay, why 4 keys is because you can fill a node up to 4 keys. Why? Because the order given is 4. Understood, right? The order is 4, so you can fill up to 4 keys in one node. Okay, now in the along with the key, usually you have links, that is either a RRN or the record address will be present. In this diagram it is not shown, but you should assume that along with the key you have a link. Okay, now after insertion of CGJX, you have this node here. First step, after the first step, CGJX. Okay, next you have to insert, after that you have to insert N, right? Okay, when you want to insert the next alphabet, that is N, already you have filled 4 keys, right? The 5th key you cannot insert into this particular node. That means you have to split the node. Okay, now what is the condition when you split the node? The condition is that each node should have minimum 50% of the order. That means the order is 4, so the 50% of 4 is 2. So each node should have at least 2 keys when you for each node. Okay, now you can split this CG JX and N, where it comes after J, right? Okay, now you can divide split it as CGJ as one node and NX as one more node. See to this diagram here, after insertion of NS and U. Okay, first we'll take only NS. Okay, now I have after splitting, what you will get, CGJ is one node, that is left child, and NS is one more node, and in the root node what you have to fill, the third highest key value, that is J, goes to the root node in the first entry, and from ns, initially s goes there, okay, to the root node. After inserting s, where you are going to insert s, that is in between n and x, right? Here you have x, okay, to the root node x goes, and you can insert s and u in between n and x, okay. Now and see to the third step, where you have to insert o followed by a. In this diagram, if you see where you can insert o, it is after n, right? After n. But here, if you see the right child, you already have 4 keys in the right child, that is n, s, u, x. Now you want to insert o, where you have to insert in between n and s, isn't it? That means you have 5 keys. Now you have to split this particular node. How you will split? You will split into n, o, s as one node and u, x as one more node. Now what are n, o, s will form one node, isn't it? So the highest value is s, which will go to the root node there, that is after j you will have the entry s, followed by in the next node you have u and x, so same x will retain, that is in the root node. First entry is j, the highest value of left child, and next entry after splitting the right node you will have s followed by the x, okay. Sit to this diagram here, okay. Again, after adding one more value, that is a, where to add a, it comes before this, if you see it comes before c, right? Before c you have to enter a. In the left child already only 3 key values are there, so you can have one more space where you can insert, so move c, g, j, and in the first position you insert a there, okay. Result is this one. In the root node you have j, s, x, and you have 3 children's there, child nodes, that is a c, g, j one node, and os one node, and ux next node. Again, next what is to be inserted? You have to insert e, b, h, I. First let me see where you can insert e. In this diagram, previous diagram, this is step 3, where you can insert e. It is between C and G in the first leftmost node, isn't it? In between C and G. So here already 4 keys are there. So what you have to do is you have to split it. Okay. Now you can split it as how the rule follows, that is you should have a minimum 2 keys in a node. So you can split it as one node is A, C, E, and E will go to the root now, okay. Next node will be G, J will go to the root. Now in the root node what happens? First it will be E followed by J followed by S followed by X, okay. Next, after inserting the next alphabet, that is B, where to insert B, you have the first node empty there, that is initially after inserting E you will have only A, C, E, right, where you can insert even B there, okay. Next you have to insert H and I, between G and J you can insert H and I there, okay. Next step, insertion of fk, where you can insert f. See to the previous diagram, f, where does f come? That is in the root node. If you see, f comes after e. After e means before j, where this j key points to, the rrn points to the second node in the leaf, isn't it? Here you can add F there, F at the first position, but here already you have four keys, so you have to split this second node in the leaf. That is one node you can split it as F, G, H, and one more is I, J. Okay, here you can see that FGH is the second node and IJ is the third node, and H you are sending to the root node, and J to the its root node. Okay, now next what is you have to add K. Okay, how to, where to add K? Where the K comes. See, in this previous diagram, if you see, the root node already has four child nodes. Okay, when you have four child nodes, and to the root node, if any key adds, then you have to split the root node also and create one more root node. That is what you are doing here. Okay, you are splitting the root node after insertion of F, that is E, H, J, and SX are that is the root node you have split, and again you have formed one more root for this, that is J, X. Okay, this is after the insertion of F, K. Next, after insertion of the last few letters, that is L, Q, R, T, V, you will get this resulting tree. Same way, you have to, whenever the node is full, you have to split it, and resulting highest values in the nodes, you have to send it to the root node above the child node, and again in turn you have to send it to the root node above the parent node also. Okay, next is object oriented representation of B tree. Okay, here you can have a template class B-tree node, which contains the methods like insert, remove, and find the largest of the key, and to split, pack, unpack, all these methods followed, and the protected members like maximum B keys, that is how many keys you can have, and initializing the node, and you can have one more class for B-tree, class B-tree, where you have open, create, close, and inserting the key, removing the key, searching for a key using the record address, and the following protected members to store the height, order, nodes, and everything, record address, all those. Okay, nomenclature, or first one is order of a B tree. What is an order of a B tree? In our example, I told you the order is M, and I told you each node can store only M keys, right? Okay, according to Bayer, the order of B tree is minimum number of keys that can be in a page of tree. Okay, but according to Nuth, definition of order of the B tree is maximum number of descendants that a page can have. That is, in our example, we saw that if a node has four keys, see to this, if a node has root node has four keys, then it can have four descendants. That means if the order is 4, then it can have, a page can have 4 descendants are nothing but the child nodes. Okay, at the next level. Understood, right? Okay, now what is a leaf? According to Bayer, it is the lowest level of keys in a B tree as the leaf level. That is the following nodes here in this diagram. A, B, C, E forms one node. One more is F, G, H node. All these nodes are called keys according to Bayer. Okay, but Knuth says considers the leaf of a B tree to be one level below the lowest level of keys. That means, he says that you have the lowest level in a B tree, isn't it? Balanced tree. This just below this lowest level nodes, it is said that you are going to store your records. So he is saying that the actual data records which is stored below the lowest level, that is called the leaf according to Knuth. Okay. Formal definition of B tree properties. We'll go through one by one, same what we discussed in the example creation. Okay, every page has a maximum of m descendants. That means nothing but the order of a B tree. Okay, m childs it can have. Now every page except for the root and leaves has at least m by 2 descendant. I told you each node should have 50% of the order, its order or the maximum descendants, isn't it? That's what it says, m by 2 descendants. Okay, except for the root has a minimum 2 there. Okay, and leaves means it doesn't have children. That means it doesn't have a left link or a right link, or you can say left child or right child. Those are called leaves. The root has at least 2 descendants unless it is a leaf. That means unless it is a tree with just one node. Okay, in that case root doesn't have descendants. Otherwise, if it is not a leaf node, if the root node is not a leaf node, then the root node has at least 2 descendants. Okay, all the leaves appear on the same level. That is at the lowest level. All the leaves will be present. That is, all the nodes will be present at the lowest level. Okay. Now, the leaf level forms a complete ordered index of the associated data file. So you can get the ordered index from the lowest level of the B tree. That is nothing but the nodes. Lowest level of the nodes will give you the ordered index of that particular associated data file. Okay. Next is the worst case search depth. Worst case is the maximum number of disk accesses required to locate a key in a tree. All keys appears in leaf node. So finding depth is like finding the worst case. From the table, you can see that for a B tree of order M, the minimum number of descendants from the root page is 2. So the second level contains only 2 pages. Okay. Now each of these 2 pages has m by 2 ceiling value. I hope you know what is ceiling value and flooring value. Here we are considering the ceiling value for this value m by 2. Okay. At the third level, you can have a 2 into seal value of m by 2 square and so on. So in general, you can say it is a 2 into seal value of m by 2 to the power d minus 1, where d is the height of the tree. Okay, for a tree with n keys in its leaves, we express the relationship between keys and the minimum height d as n greater than or equal to 2 into the seal value of n m by 2 to the power d minus 1. By solving for d, we arrive at the expression that is d is less than or equal to 1 plus log seal value of m by 2 to the power n by 2. N is the number of keys. Okay. Next topic we'll discuss in the next video. Okay. Thank you.